It's our new intro.
AutoZone. Sometimes you come up with a riff and then you realize it's just an AutoZone commercial, and it's really disheartening.
You know what's sad? And
yeah,
I just told you. That's sad. This might be more or equal level because we've never really listened to radio in the car. When we were in the car together, we had music on. And you have Spotify Premium, so we don't get commercials.
No, we don't.
When I'm in the car and there's commercials, like I'm a big jingle guy. Like I fucking rock out.
Yeah.
To get in the zone out there. Oh no, like I get into it. It doesn't matter what commercial it is. If it's something I recognize, some State Farm shit, I don't give a fuck.
Rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom.
Don't worry, call a car accident.
Like I just like to lean into it. It's like if I'm gonna listen to some commercials, I might as well have a good time.
What is wrong with us?
I'm drinking tonight. Having a nice beverage.
You man. Do it.
It's Captain Morgan. Well, no, it's not. Who the fuck am I? Why am I lying? It's not. It's Admiral Nelson.
I was just saying it's all these first shipmate John.
It's Private Stevens and Diet Coke Feisty Cherry. They've got these new flavors the Diet Coke brand does.
Feisty Cherry. I've never heard of it.
Feisty Cherry. They couldn't just call it cherry. They had to call it Feisty Cherry. They have stupid names.
Cherry. That's okay. That is dumb, but please elaborate. Please elaborate.
It's just cherry Coke. It's just cherry Diet Coke.
No,
and it's fucking good. It's There's no. You have to provide the feistiness.
Wait, it can't be called Feisty Cherry, and you're telling me it's just regular cherry Coke.
I mean, I seem a little fired up. So maybe there's something in there, some of that good stuff.
Maybe it is feisty.
Maybe it is feisty. It's the first time I'm having it. So Jim, I have a lot to go over today. Okay, can I just get into it?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Enough about your James Gunn is back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
What?
Yeah,
this is for real.
This is for real. Happened a couple days ago, and I just sat back and I said, "Oh, of course he is."
Really?
Why not? Why not? A lot of these places, these companies, they're like, "Oh, we fucked up, but we just have to live with it." But the mouse can do whatever it wants, and they're like, "Yeah, bring him back. Fuck it. Yeah, it's blown over. What he said really wasn't that big of a deal anyway. It was just bad humor. Yeah, bring him back. Oh, I'll bring him back. That's my Mickey Mouse. That's good."
So what about this? Do you think, and this is just, I could be way off base, do you think Michael Jackson eating booty holes has anything to do with this? Like, well, he didn't eat any booty holes, so...
Yeah, do it while there's another villain out there getting all that press.
Hey, shut up! I'm trying to do a show! Sorry.
I mean, it's funny, though. It's because, they cut bait with him, and then DC was like, "Hey, James Gunn, you want to do this Suicide Squad sequel?"
He was like,
and they signed him to
it. Oh.
Yeah. No, he signed on to do it, and he's going to do it. But that fucking thing, it's not even going to be a sequel now, because who wants to make a sequel to shit? They're just rebooting it already. A movie that's like 2 years old. It's just going to be another Suicide Squad movie done by a talented filmmaker.
It's a reboot?
Yep.
I thought it was a sequel.
It was supposed to be, but I'm sure he was like, no.
Oh, God. This reminds me of the 2009 untitled Bryan Singer Superman sequel to Superman Returns, and then it just morphed into it's Man of Steel.
Yeah. Like, I saw Suicide Squad, and it sucked.
Subtract like 3 or 4 years.
So, like, normally, people get hot, like, "Oh, you're rebooting it so soon." I'm like, that's fine, because get a mulligan, because that first one sucked.
Yeah,
so this is gonna be good, and he's gonna be going back to DC Marvel or Disney Marvel. So he's doing this fucking DC movie, Suicide Squad, and then boop, I'm gonna jump over here now and make Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This really worked out for him.
This reminds me of something else. Wasn't there somebody else that went back and forth between Marvel and? Oh no, I'm thinking of J.J. Abrams was like, "I'm the Star Trek guy. I'm not the Star Wars guy." Oh, you want me to be the Star Wars guy? I'm the Star Wars guy.
Always loved Star Wars.
That's why I made Star Trek like Star Wars. as in exciting in an action movie. It wasn't about science.
So I'm just I'm happy that James Gunn's back. He was gonna be fine regardless, but that shit was fucked up.
He was going to be fine regardless, but a lot of things were up in the air, right? Like Bautista was like, "Nah, I don't
Yeah,
need to
he
do
was
it."
he was really upset and very vocal, and I don't know if that had any part of the decision, but I mean, he's probably got to be a happy big fella.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's a good point. I'm not insinuating that was part of the decision, but now that's probably no longer a question that you have to answer. Like, well, if
Yeah,
James Gunn's
Bautista.
back, I'm back, and everything's good.
So he's gonna do Guardians after he does the Suicide Squad. I can't make this comic book movie because I'm too busy making this comic book movie.
I'm over. I can't be the voice of Chucky. I'm over here being the voice of Chucky.
Can't play Chucky.
Look, I'm sorry. I can't play Overwatch with you. Well, I'm too busy playing Overwatch.
Too busy playing
Not
Overwatch.
you.
Yeah. I got some secret games in early during the day. And it was fun.
We're
There's some good
such pieces of shit that this even concerns us in the least bit. But
we're curious. We deserve to know what our ceiling is.
Yeah, what does platinum taste like? We can get there.
Yeah, I want to just taste it. I might not like it when I get there. I might come back down, but I deserve to see it.
If you keep all of the wins that we've had recently and just subtract half of the losses where it's been like, we're trying over here, we'd be platinum.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No doubt. We're talking about like 300-400 SR of losses all told this season, like mixed in back and forth. Yeah, easily.
Easily.
You're right. I never looked at it that way. I agree. We do deserve to feel what platinum tastes like and to see, can we go higher? I have heard this anecdotally that platinum is the most toxic rank in all of ranked Overwatch.
I could see that because they're just good enough to care, and they use communications.
You got it. They're good. They're good enough to be platinum, but usually what holds them in platinum is not their skill level, it's their attitude and like decision making. Like, oh, I'm carrying my team again. Oh, my whole team sucks. It's a lot of that.
You meet some funny people. Earlier today, the game just starts, and this guy's like, "Can we not kill the fucking Reaper?"
Oh,
and we're all like, "What the fuck?" Are you just like settle down? Like the whole game, like we're steamrolling this other team, and he's just freaking out the whole time. Heals, please! And we were just dying laughing at this guy.
I had one guy.
You meet some characters
last night, who maybe it was 2 nights ago. Me and another person that I didn't know, we were healing Mercy and Moira. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to explain it because it'll make people turn off the show. But a good amount of heals there, right? This guy was way, way in the back with no healer by him. It was overtime, so we had to be on the cart, and he's nowhere near the cart, and he's like begging for heals over the mic. And then we lose, and then the Mercy, who was like sort of quiet and reserved the whole time, she was like, "Well, you can't expect us to go all the way off the cart, all the way back there to heal you. Like, you come to us. You know where the heals are." I was like, "God damn."
Yeah, I like when there's accountability. It's good stuff. I love that game. I love the game so much.
It's a great game.
It's such a fun game. Later this week, Jordan Peele's Us comes out. The horror movie Us. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this trailer at least?
Yes, Jay. I've seen the trailer on TV, and one of the quotes is "greatest horror movie of all time."
That is a recent. Yeah, by Dale Zawada. Yeah.
It was very something small, like that. It was like
very small font.
Moviepoopshoot.com or whatever. Poop shoot.
Yeah, I saw that today, so that's a recent development. Obviously, critics are starting to see it, so more blurbs are going to be coming out. What I liked was, this is obviously a horror movie. He's done horror movies before. This is, I think, is his second one. And like Hollywood loves this guy, awards, all this kind of stuff, because he's a very talented guy. Mm-hmm. But what they're trying to do,
now
they did this
Get Out, right? Or no? Was that the
Yeah,
other guy?
Get Out. I couldn't think of it, so thank you for that. But like they're trying to set him up for awards like already. And obviously it sounds like this movie's going to be good, so why not? But they're doing exactly what they did with Silence of the Lambs, which is a horror movie, and they're calling Us a thriller. And Jordan Peele himself came out and said, "No, no, 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 this is a horror movie." And I was like, I fucking love this guy.
It's good to rein that back in, because I'm sure you've heard this expression, and maybe the listeners have. I'm sure they have. Some of them have. That once you, and I'm not gonna. It's not like a direct quote of anyone. It's just sort of a concept. Once you make art as an artist and it's out there, it's not yours anymore. Like you've lost control over it, right? It is everyone else's. But this movie's not even out yet, so I like that he's like, hold on. This is a horror movie, though, for sure. I'm the guy who made it. I'm telling you this with 100. This is not like, like 5 seasons after season 5 of Supernatural, people's theories were like, oh, that was right. They were right all along. This is like right away. He's like, no, nip it in the bud. This is a horror movie, people. Don't forget it. I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And they're obviously just setting up good things, awards, all that shit. And he could have just said nothing and taken the compliment, taken the hype. Like, you take the hype however you can get it. Fuck. But he fucking stopped him and gave him that stiff arm. He said no.
I hope he still gets the awards. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. And then he can say, yeah, and it's a horror movie. You gave me all these awards, and guess what? It's a horror movie. So,
well, that's why I wonder what
the
the powers above him are like. Shut up, because we want we want those awards. We want all that stuff. Thriller. It's easier to do with a thriller. So I love it. I can't wait to see it, and I'm so happy that it sounds like it's good. I knew it would be. I didn't really have any doubts, but the fact that best movie in the fucking world, kind of shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have fun Friday.
It's the opposite is sort of what we hate, right? When an artist tries to pretend like the thing isn't the thing. Like, well, blues album, the term blues album is just so one-dimensional, and it's more than that. It's more of a expression of a journey of all music, really, and the soul. Like, just if it is a thing, just call it the thing.
I can't think of many incidents of that. The only one that kind of jumps to my mind is Tommy Wiseau from The Room. Where he's like, it meant it's supposed to be a comedy. It's like, no, it wasn't. Shut up.
Backpedaling because they're famous because of how much of a dumbass they are. Or this day and age, we always have to have the caveat. Or he's like more brilliant than Andy Kaufman. It's one or the other. Kaufman. Bautista. I like the U. I like to make sure the U's in there. But I can't think of a specific example. I could dig around. It happens a lot in music where an artist that's sort of known for a certain genre makes another album and like publicly on the press tours talking about how it's different and I'm just doing a different thing. Like, and it's sort of, it gets irritating to hear. And very rarely do you hear somebody just being straightforward with that. Like, yeah, it's just no one's like, yeah, it's just a pop record. Mm-hmm. I mean, some people do, and when they do, it's like it's really nice. Like I'm trying to make music people want to hear. It's like, oh, refreshingly honest. So yeah, it's a horror movie. I want to make a horror movie. It would be like if John Carpenter was like, yeah, Halloween is more about the inner workings of man and his environment, and it's really almost
parenting.
It's a love story. Like he's just like, yeah, it's a fucking movie.
It's like we call it the Babysitter Murders. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, that was what we were going into the pitch meeting with. Or no, right? Wasn't that that was Yablans or Akkad or someone was like, we have this idea.
Yeah, one of them had it. No, that was Friday the 13th. I guess I get that confused. One of those producers was like, what if we call it Friday the 13th, No, that's probably taken. But I'm gonna check anyway. And sure enough, it was available. And he was like, "Well, fuck, let's do it."
That sounds like Halloween. That's not because
Does
I,
sound
I
like
remember
Halloween.
them saying that like, well, there's got to be a movie called Halloween out there, and like, yeah, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah. Speaking of Halloween,
Oh God, yes.
oh no, I've got good news.
That wasn't even English. Those aren't even words. Oh, not him. So it sounds like I don't want to hear this Halloween talk. No,
Good
not
news and bad
him.
news. I'm gonna go with the bad news first.
Okay, please, yes.
Rob Zombie
Don't even fucking troll me.
is ruining Halloween again. That's the bad news. The good news is it's because that's the day his new movie 3 from Hell is going to be released on.
You are such a piece of shit. And I hate you so much.
Oh, you like I was in your shoes when I saw the headline Halloween Rob Zombie and I was like, "No."
Yeah, it's only fair. You're paying it forward.
Please,
fine.
God. So yeah, that's the fucking Devil's Reject sequel, 3 from Hell.
Oh,
It's
that's
gonna
what that
release
is?
on holiday every So the 30 people who like that shit can check it out on October 31st, 2019. We have a good one.
What do you think that was? Was that just like a collective brain fart? Because there were a lot of people that I recall talking about that they weren't just Rob Zombie fans. You know, they're like, no, it's actually really solid. It's really good.
I still kind of hear it, and I still want to slap those people in the lips. Just, no, I know DDP's in it. That doesn't make it good. Makes it better.
It does. It does make it better. I didn't know this.
Yeah,
I love me some DDP, friend of the show.
I love DDP.
Bang. I was such a DDP mark for like 4 or 5 months.
He was like, I didn't like him at first.
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
So he had a weird energy. The look was kind of weird.
Yeah, like the curly mullet, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Wait a minute, what year is it?
And then, he's just the diamond cutter is just like the coolest fucking move in the world. So
Yeah. What happened? Are you okay? Oh man,
dog stole something.
the dog is down here with me though, but I think she just found what he did.
Oh shit, that's why he's
I'm
down
sorry.
there.
That broke my concentration. So yeah, DDP.
DDP was great.
The diamond cutter was so cool, and I think like there was a period where the NWO was trying to recruit him and stuff, and he was like the sort of fuck you moment of diamond cutting the NWO was kind of neat.
Yeah, he kind of took over the role of Sting, because when the NWO came about, it was just like the NWO versus Sting, and then when that happened at Starrcade, it's like, well, shit. And DDP kind of became that good guy against the world, against the NWO. Chris Jericho, obviously he never joined. He was one of those guys because eventually everybody else joined and quit and joined again, and it was dumb.
Yeah, and then there were two. Once there were two NWOs fighting against each other, as much as at the time I was like, what's the big deal? Like looking back on it, you have jumped the shark already.
I'm still flabbergasted that I forgot. Well, not that I forgot. I believe that. But because we talked about it maybe a year ago, that there was that NWO silver and black, the Jeff Jarrett, Bret Hart
Jeff Jarrett,
one.
Bret Hart era.
Because we all remember Red and Black, Wolfpack. That was okay. It obviously all turned to shit, but for them, like, it made sense.
Like it was okay because from a business standpoint, the NWO was just like free money. But then you're like, well, there's so many people in the NWO now. How do we sort of cash in on that? And like, well, 2 NWOs. You know?
Yeah.
And if you look at the ratings, it's not like in retrospect, I don't really like it now. But if you I don't think they started getting hammered in the ratings when that happened. It was on the decline, right? But I think they were probably still printing money at that point.
I think we talked about this before as well, but you still have an NWO shirt, right?
Yes, I do. A Hollywood. So when the
Okay.
Wolfpack came out, then they started having like there was a clear distinction between Hollywood and Wolfpack, and
Wolfblood.
I still like the black and white. Scott Hall was still there and Bret Hart, but not really, but whatever. But they were like the bad guy NWO. But I found that angle entertaining at that point when they split, because even though it sort of lost its luster of the invasion and all that stuff, it was entertaining to hear Hollywood like, nah, we're gonna need you guys to go out there and do this. He had like, it was like Horace and the disciple and stuff. Is like, nah, we're gonna send the B team in there. And I just found that funny when he's like, I think you guys are gonna go do that.
And then, of course, Hall and Nash, and they're very charming and funny. So they were like they were the cool guys.
Yeah, but
and everybody was
Hall
cool.
and Nash were split for a while. So Hall was still black and white, and Nash was Wolfpack, and he was like the babyface NWO leader.
Right? I don't remember that.
Yeah,
is
for
that
a little
right?
while. Yeah,
can we do?
We can confirm that.
No, I hadn't, because everybody does wrestling podcasts. Lord knows we did. I kind of want to do, or at least watch it personally, the NWO era,
like a retrospective,
just like a week by week kind of thing. It's not too hard because there was just the Monday and eventually the Thursday and the pay-per-views, because a lot of it just is a jumbled mess of a memory.
Yeah, especially if you can't remember fifth grade, it's hard to remember how many WOs there were.
Yeah,
there were quite a few.
I swear when they split Red and Black that Hall and Nash were just like they were Red and Black.
No, so Hall wasn't. He didn't do a whole lot when they were split. He was mostly gone. I want to say, like, mostly in rehab or whatever.
In rehab,
but but storyline, kayfabe wise, officially, he was still black and white, and there were like, I want to say there were a couple of angles where like maybe he's gonna go to the good guy side or whatever. But I think what you're thinking of is that didn't last as long as we remember. And then by that next Starrcade, it was like the day after Starrcade or something, Nash does the back and to the left, and then they're all one big NWO again.
Okay.
They're all heels again, and then they go after, that something like that. So they had already been back. They come back together as one NWO when they see that shit is tanking. They're trying to like put the band back together. So
I know Conan was there.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so fuck you, Google. So I just Googled NWO Wolfpack, and it's just like, here's lyrics to Curtis Mayfield's song "New World Order." That's not what I asked.
So the black and red was Sting, Macho Man.
Yeah.
Sting, Macho Man, Lex Luger, Conan, Nash.
Buff.
I don't think Buff. I think he was still black and white.
Man, I don't remember.
Yeah, there wasn't
I saw
a
Buff
lot.
Bagwell naked though, so that's always good. I remember that. You don't forget that.
It was weird because like Sting's in the NWO and Lex.
Yeah, it was done.
Yeah.
It was done. It was done. That was the second that motherfucker joined up. I think that's when we can probably put a fork in it.
He
right?
went black and red face paint.
Yeah, it looked so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And then they tried to sort of undo that and go back to the black and white, and everybody all together. And that's when they had like, that's when Hollywood, he wouldn't wear Wolfpack stuff, but it was like Wolfpack, and then they would call the black and white the B team. They're like, we're going to send the B team in there. That's what I'm thinking of. That's when they were all back together. And then after that shit show was over and Hogan went back to red and yellow and all this other shit, that's after that was all done. We got the silver and black, worst iteration of the NWO ever.
I think one of the worst parts of Sting being in the NWO was besides the fucking face paint was it was a persona change, not like, oh, I'm a bad guy or I'm cool. He was essentially back to Surfer Sting, like energetic, woo, doing all of that
Yeah, he
stuff,
wasn't like
but
this.
with face paint.
He wasn't like skulking in the rafters. Like that Sting was
Yeah.
not. He still looked like that Sting, but you're right. He wasn't. He didn't have that character anymore. It wasn't even like a necessary thing for him to be like that.
And that would have been so much better. Like, yeah, Sting's in our gang. He's like our silent assassin because we broke him. And you're fucked, good guys. Like that would have been so cool. But instead, he's like, woo! He's mugging to the camera. He's grabbing the camera and screaming into it and shit. Garbage. So close though. So close.
So close to what?
Being good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I gotcha.
All the pieces were there, but the execution.
It was a bummer for me because I always liked the way the black and red looked together. Like that looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just I still got my Wolfpack hat.
Yeah. The reason I asked is because I was in Hot Topic. Yeah, I go to Hot Topic when I'm at the mall. I go into pretty much all the stores, and they had NWO shirt on the wall, and I went, huh. Because I don't have mine anymore. I think they're all gone, and they don't fit. They've been ripped to shreds from Backyard Wrestling, whatever the case may be. And I'm looking at that wall going, huh. I think I want one.
No,
I'd never wear
World Order.
It would be like my laundry day shirt, just like being lazy around the house. Just pop that bad boy on. That'd be make me feel good.
So I don't have like a regular NWO shirt. You know, like I look like I'm in the NWO. Mine has like screen printed pictures of people.
Oh yeah, I miss that era.
Yeah,
of T-shirts. Now it's just
and like caring about them.
Yeah,
you're like this T-shirt's cool. Like now I'm just like it's a goddamn shirt.
Yeah, it's sad, and those shirts were very uncomfortable. And I think the Hot Topic T-shirts some of them are the good comfort fabric. So I was
they were like the Gildan, like thick ass fucking like fundraiser T-shirt material. Like they were not. You're right. They're not comfortable T-shirts. They're that shit you get at like family reunion. It's not quality. It's not stuff you go buy at Target because it's comfortable. It's some shit that's like, yeah, hey, welcome to this cancer walk. Here's a T-shirt. It's one of those.
It's one of the reasons I'm afraid of getting a T-shirt online.
Oh, okay.
Specifically ProWrestlingTees.com. You know, the Colt Cabana T-shirt store. Some of the designs are very good, but I'm like, I know if you're trying to make money, you're not using those good T-shirts, Colt.
Maybe. It's a good point. Although they like a lot of bands and stuff, their shirts are not bad. Like some people spend a little extra money on a quality shirt. I know we didn't when we had shirts. They were hot garbage, but like I still have some. I don't wear them. I can't. They're just like you said, it's really uncomfortable. But
it just feels like a crusty cum sock, yet you haven't come onto it yet. Right? Like
so, but some band shirts I have from like, smaller indie bands.
I got to do laundry.
They're comfortable. They're just.
Well, that's good.
They're nice.
Jim, were you a Critters fan growing up?
I was, but I will say I have not seen it in a long, long time. Also, I know there are like 4 of them, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't even
at least
know.
Like traditionally like growing, like maybe there's some new Netflix one I don't know about, but when I was a little kid there were 4. I only remember parts of one. Like they were rock stars. They come here to fight the Critters and they disguise themselves as rock musicians from our time. But I remember very little about the actual movie.
Yeah, I think I've seen 1 and 2. 3 is the one with Leo, I think. And that's why that one's known. And yeah, I don't know much about a 4th. But the reason I bring it up is it looks like they might have shot a Critters movie in secret. That's what the headline says. In secret. I don't think it's just a secret. I think nobody just gave a shit.
I will say, like, those little furry ball fuckers, like, they were scary, man. They were creepy to a little kid, at least.
Yeah, especially I think because like they were mobile. They
Yeah.
weren't like, oh, they're small. It's like, yeah, but look, it's
They're
bouncing
fast.
around and shit. Fuck.
And I remember
I
those
want that.
bounty hunter dudes were like fucking badass.
Yeah.
Unless I have this all wrong. Like I said, I almost don't want to see it because it's one of these movie franchises where I've seen it a lot when I was a kid, and I haven't seen it. Like I bet the last time I saw a Critters movie, I was like 6, 5 maybe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it's been that long, you only remember like a couple of details. And it wasn't a movie like a Superman or something where I watched it all the time. But I've seen it definitely more than once. And I almost don't want to go back and see it because whatever little shred of a memory I have is going to get erased and like rewritten with a new memory of what it really is. And I'm sort of scared. Like here's another movie, like Cocoon. I haven't seen
Oh my
Cocoon
God.
since I'm just throwing out movies that fit this category for me. I've seen Cocoon a bunch of times. I probably haven't seen it since I was 6 or 7. So I know if I go back and watch it, it's gonna erase some memories will be fresh. They'll freshen up by seeing the movie again, but like then some memories of it will be erased. Batteries not included. That's another one of those.
That was a rental. We all rented that one.
Return to Oz, the creepy Wizard of Oz weird sequel thing with the steampunk robot guy. Or whatever the fuck, like, I can't even remember what it was. But these are all movies I've seen as a little kid. And I don't want to go. Short Circuit. I haven't seen Short Circuit since I was probably 7.
I do want to revisit Short Circuit.
Kind of do
because
too.
it's probably way more racist than we remember.
Why? Because Steve Gutenberg's in it? That's not fair.
I think if we watched it, what's the word? Problematic. Like, well, that's problematic.
That's problematic.
It's problematic right there.
That's frowned upon these days. But I have good memories of Critters. Like I remember it fondly.
Yeah. See, I kind of want to do a little fan edit where it's the monsters from Critters, but the bounty hunters are from Suburban Commando, and it's the Undertaker. And I just splice that shit together.
Ooh, I'll tell you another one. Gremlins I've seen a bunch of times as an adult. But Gremlins 2, the new batch, I haven't seen since probably 7 or 8.
Oh, that needs to be a yearly watch.
Because I know like Phoebe Cates is in it, right?
Yeah. It's still very good. Hulk Hogan's in it. Everyone's in it.
Hulk Hogan.
Christopher Lee's in it. It's amazing. It's so fucking good. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch it. But I've been avoiding it because I did like it as a little kid.
Yeah. Siri, remind me to watch Short Circuit. Thank you.
Yeah, she will.
All right.
Look at that. Good. What a good lady.
So yeah, Secret Critters movie. I'll just this is the part where I mentioned it's for the Sci-Fi Channel, and we'll move on. Yeah, it doesn't really count, does it? Oh God, Leprechaun Returns is a movie that premiered last night on St. Patrick's Day. They had a cool marathon, all the Leprechaun movies on Sci-Fi. Great idea, and it's all leading up to Leprechaun Returns, their new, movie that they've made. That fucking movie sucks so goddamn hard. First of all, no Warwick Davis, which is a sin.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen an original Sci-Fi Channel movie that didn't suck really hard.
Yeah, it's because they're not allowed to. They have like a template of what to do in all their movies, and then they wonder why they suck.
Like the Bruce Campbell movie was so bad that it's basically a punchline of the movie where he plays himself as an actor. Like, what is it called? They still call me Bruce, or
his name is Bruce. My name is Bruce.
My name is Bruce. Right. Something like that. I know it was a play on the Jackie Chan Bruce Lee movie or whatever that was called. There's some movie from back in the day where whatever. Anyway, they like make fun of that movie, the Sci-Fi Channel one he was in this other movie. That's how
Is that what
bad.
that was? I
Yeah,
remember that opening scene.
yeah, it was horrendous. I remember being excited and watching it because I'm like, it's Bruce Campbell. Is however bad it's going to be, it can't be that bad. And it was, goddamn, it's probably the worst movie ever made. Like, it's really bad. So I can't imagine how bad Leprechaun Returns is.
It was very bad. It wasn't Warwick Davis. It wasn't even the same character, which is weird because you know what they did, Jim? It was a resequeling. It was a direct follow-up to Leprechaun 1.
Oh, God.
Wh-
After
which
they
is-
show a marathon of all the other movies.
But yeah, like the protagonist is Jennifer Aniston's daughter. Fucking Ozzy from the first one's in there as this little side character who, boy, did they fucked that up. Holy shit. But the leprechaun himself, the guy that they got, and I don't know if it's him or if they told him to do it, all he does is kind of cackle. Like, that's all he does. And every now and then he'll do a little dirty limerick or something, and it's hard to make out what he says. And then it's more cackling, and it was terrible.
That seems really dumb.
Yeah.
Now, man, am I remembering this wrong? I want to say, so we had RoboCop 3. It was bad. And then there was a RoboCop TV show that was on like WPWR for a little bit. But then there was like a mini series, and that was on Sci-Fi, I think. And it was supposed to be like, oh yeah, RoboCop's going to be good again. And I feel like that's just a nail in the coffin. Like, once you let your property be created by Sci-Fi for a Sci-Fi special, you're just giving up. And then years later, they did the reboot of RoboCop. But
yeah, had some Keaton though.
Yeah, oh god,
Get a little of that Keaton. Yeah. I'm just gonna IMDb Michael Keaton so I feel better about myself. What is he up to?
You know,
Michael. Go on.
Have you seen? I know you've seen it, but I wonder if anyone else out here has seen this. The RoboCop KFC commercial. It was the hardest I've laughed in a long time.
I saw you linked it in our text.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No, I was busy.
God, dude, you know, like the weird like orgasm thing he does when he's in the chair and he's like remembering shit.
Right. Yep.
They like almost do that in the commercial. So,
but for chicken.
And whoever they got, it's probably not Peter Weller, but it's a KFC commercial, and they always have celebrities in there. So maybe it is Peter Weller doing the voice. Whoever it is, it sounds like him. And it's not. It is like the old school RoboCop looking suit. It's probably not him. I don't think you're ever getting him in that fucking suit again. So, but it might be him doing the voiceover, and it is fucking hilarious.
I'll have to check that out.
You have to check it out.
KFC's done a good job with their marketing.
So
that's one thing
This led me down a rabbit hole, and then I ended up watching a RoboCop sort of retrospective Q&A. It was like from 2013. They rescreened the original, and then Peter Weller was there to ask questions or answer questions. And I didn't know this, but he's like, you know how there's some actors that are like really they're like, it's their thing, like it's their passion, it's their love, and like we know him as RoboCop, but he's like, you know, classically trained and all this stuff. I didn't know he's like one of those guys. And he's talking about all these French directors I've never heard of, and then Italian guys, because he's talking about Italy is like, it's still like it's the best ADR country, because up until 1980 every movie had to be ADR because of Mussolini's rules about propaganda or something. So like they were so good at doing voiceover work and making it match up that like everybody send like if you're doing like a foreign language dub, they do it in Italy no matter what the language is, because they're so good at it. He's talking about, I'm like, God, this guy is like, he's like in it to win it, you know, like he was like, he probably didn't set his sights on being RoboCop is what I'm saying. But he was still like, you know, some of those people that see themselves as a I'm a trained thespian, and they end up doing something like a RoboCop. They're sort of ashamed of it, or like they don't like talking about it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like that. He was
Oh,
totally
that's good.
like passionate during this Q&A about the movement of the suit, and I can't really do his voice, but he's got this weird fucking voice. And he's like I can't do the movements anymore, like they're not good. And he like does one and it like looks just like the movie still.
Yeah,
Like this
I actually do have
motherfucker
a good.
drilled this for hours and hours a day for like a year of his life. He still got it. I'm like,
Yeah, I wish he would have some sort of renaissance.
yeah, do it again. Bring
You
him
know?
back. Do a resequeling. Bring him back.
Was he Buckaroo Banzai?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, I've never seen that. Is that bad? Is that a sin?
No,
Okay. Okay.
it's not.
This
a
is
sin.
good.
Don't worry.
So Michael Keaton.
Yes.
I popped up his IMDb because I want to see what I have to look forward to in the upcoming months. Dumbo,
Oh, okay.
and that's about it. There's two other ones in there, but they're just in pre-production. So for 2019, we've got Dumbo, and I'm sure he's gonna fucking kill that elephant. Like he's gonna cut that elephant's fucking throat, and it's gonna be awesome. But there's two other movies here for Keaton. The first one
Batman.
it's called Batman is Back. No, it's called Batman is Back. Oh shit! It's called What Is Life Worth? And I'm gonna blow through it because it's an attorney in Washington battles against cynicism, bureaucracy, and politics to help the victims of 9/11. This other movie, though, is called King of the Jungle.
Ooh.
And it's not, it's the story of software engineer and former NASA programmer John McAfee, who gained financial success with his antivirus software, then ran into trouble with the law after selling his his company and moving to Belize. So it's about that crazy guy, that crazy billionaire guy. Now, my question is this: there's only two names on this cast: Michael Keaton and Seth Rogen. Who the fuck is playing John McAfee in this movie?
It's well, probably Seth Rogen, right?
If they're going young, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it's him back in the day, getting started and all that. McAfee. I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? Like, what is he talking about?
McAfee, yeah, the virus
famous
man.
virus, and then
That grandma
just
wants
clicked
on
right
it.
now. McAfee.
Mm-hmm. And then you got fucking enraged.
No,
Like,
I wasn't enraged.
McAfee!
I felt stupid for not knowing what the fuck you were talking about. I was like, oh god, I should know this. Like, I work on computers every day.
Well, it's not even the fact that the McAfee, that was like the antivirus stuff. It's lately it's become a common fact that he's just cuckoo bananas. And he hates the company. Like he sold it. And he's just like, here are all the things they're doing illegally. Like he like breaks NDAs on a daily.
I love those people.
And just like post weird YouTube videos with like whores.
What? Wait a minute.
He's just like smoking cigars and just talking shit, just doing shoot promos. It's so silly. Yeah, he's nuts. It's great.
Straight shooting?
Yeah, he's straight shooting.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah. So I could see why they would want to make a movie about this crazy person. The entertainment's there.
Interesting.
So, did you get a chance to see the Aladdin trailer that came out last week?
I did, yeah.
What'd you think of that?
I think, okay, I don't want to be the cynic. I don't want to be the negative Nancy guy. This does look a little different. It looks like the genie, there's some different scenes and whatnot than I remember from the cartoon. But I'm getting a little tired of these live action. We just want to make some free money. So we're just it's the same story, same plot, same everything. It's just, we'll do it with mostly humans and a boatload of CGI and call it the live action Beauty and the Beast, the live action Lion King, the live action, whatever, Aladdin. I'm just
Jungle Book.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of it. Just getting tired of it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Jungle Book, it worked. Beauty and the Beast, it worked. Lion King get the fuck out of here with that. This one also, it looks like garbage. I couldn't believe,
Like the
I can't
look of
believe
it.
that. I was like, I
it
can't
does.
believe you're doing this. I can't believe you're doing this. Like with Lion King, it's like we made a choice. We did CGI animals that are gonna talk and do all this kind of stuff, and it's like, all right,
We're gonna call it live action, even though we have absolutely no place calling it fucking that.
But this one, everything looks wrong. The casting's wrong. The genie stuff is what the genie stuff is. It's just so unnecessary and bad looking. And I love the trailer though, because you can see him try to get out of it. They're like, play this song now.
Yeah.
Now, do this song. Do that hit that everyone
One
loves.
step ahead of the bad guys. Yeah, Aladdin had some banging ass songs. That's probably Jesus. It might be the of that era from like the 90s Disney movies.
That and Lion King. That's about
Lion King had some memorable ones, but like I think the Aladdin songs are still like cool.
Yeah. It's
But the Lion King ones were a little Lion King ones are a little too over the top, like just circle of life. Like they're a little too
Yeah, these are like in character, in universe.
And the sound of it,
know?
like that Arabian sound, those scales and stuff. Like
Man.
think the music is great in Aladdin. I think it's awesome.
I want to watch Aladdin now.
Never this
one.
No, and God damn, it looks okay. So like Beauty and the Beast, I didn't watch it, right? But I just see the scene of them dancing around. Like that looks like the Beast, but like real, and that looks like Belle and her gold dress, yellow dress, whatever. Like okay, other than Will Smith being blue, I didn't feel like I was watching a live action Aladdin trailer.
It looked like an Indonesian knockoff that like Disney didn't get a chance to sue them yet.
Like a Tony Jaa movie.
Yeah.
You're like, what's this one about elephants again?
So yeah, Aladdin. I'm tired of it. Like they're out now, right? They're out of properties. Because Disney only has like 4 properties. No, they've got like 800 fucking million movies in that library.
They haven't done a live action Little Mermaid yet.
Live action Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. They got guns now. Oh, okay. Now I want to watch. Hey God, yeah. That sounds cool. They're that fucking helicopter just shooting down on people. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they could go late 90s on you, but I feel like that's a weak. I feel like after Lion King, that arrow points down. Like, what do you got? Fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame and Hercules and Mulan and shit. Like, I don't feel like anybody. But it could just be my age. Like.
Well, honestly, which one would translate? Because it might as well have been real human beings because it didn't work as a cartoon. Prince of Egypt. Was that Disney? With the Moses?
I believe so. Yeah.
Because I was like, this has almost no cartoon qualities. This could have just been men.
I remember the only one that from around then that was like, I remember it getting critical acclaim, but it was weird because it wasn't Disney, was Anastasia. That was like a late 90s Disney-esque cartoon, but it wasn't Disney.
They should do a live action Lilo and Stitch because Stitch would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he almost fucked that up. I'm watching wrestling and Ricochet just did a holy shit. He just he did a fucking move and he almost killed himself. And I'm just my heart's just fucking beating out of my chest now because I almost watched a man die. Okay. So yeah, Disney, figure it out. Stop it. And if they do that Lilo and Stitch one, I want James Gunn on board.
Monsters Inc. Like at some point, how could you can't do a live action Monsters Inc. because they're monsters. You're gonna CG them again.
It'll just be a different type of CG that looks worse.
Yeah, it looks out of its element even more.
Jim, I have a hot take that I'd love to run by.
I love hot takes.
It's a music hot take
great. Too. Do I need my Google machine? Is this something where I might not know who you're talking about?
I think you'll be all right.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna take a beating on this one.
Ooh.
But like
You
I'm
are.
not a
I'm
music. I'm not a.
salivating right now. You are like if there was a commercial break, I'm listening to all 10 minutes of those radio commercials to hear this.
Now that I'm a music guy, I like a lot of shitty music. If it's catchy, I'll dig it. But yeah, Imagine Dragons, right?
Yeah.
People don't like them.
They don't.
Well,
I mean, I don't like them.
Yeah, I always hear them getting bashed. Where I'm like, oh, I thought a couple of their songs were catchy. I see them in trailers all the time, and to movies, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of get you going. I like some high energy stuff, but for the most part, I've found that people don't like Imagine Dragons. They're in that same category as like the Creeds and the Nickelbacks, and yes, a lot of people like those bands, but at the same time, they're often mocked. However, at the same time, people really respect and admire and appreciate.
Hold on, pause.
The band.
Pause. I just want to pause. I want to live in this moment for a second. Because I thought this was gonna be about Imagine Dragons for a minute, and now it's not, and oh god. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
But everybody loves and respects the band Muse.
Yeah.
To me, they're the same fucking band.
Okay, now, so I think fewer people like Muse than you think.
Okay.
Because they're not really cool anymore. But they're okay. I get it. I get what you're saying. Because I remember when Imagine Dragons started coming out, I'm like, this kind of seems like Muse light. Like if Muse just wrote radio-friendly pop songs and didn't try and like see how many like weird chords they could put in it or whatever. But it is different. Muse has some like really complex things that they've done and like big orchestrations, and they're very good composers and everything. Not that the Imagine Dragon guys aren't, but I do get the parallel that you draw.
I find a lot of similarities. I've listened to Muse songs thinking, oh, this is Imagine Dragon. And I've listened to Imagine Dragon song going, oh, I like this Muse song. Like, it's just...
There are a lot of UK artists that just keep... So, like, I hear the Muse and Imagine Dragons, and I hear the Coldplay and Muse, and I hear the Radiohead and Coldplay.
Oh, wow.
Like, there's a thread that runs through a lot of these bands. And I get it. I don't think you're crazy.
Okay. All right.
But I do not like Imagine Dragons. The Imagine Dragons stuff is just very poppy and catchy. And they're all about like the big show and all that stuff. And Muse puts on a huge show too.
That's what I heard. I've heard about that.
But at its core, like Muse is also just like a rock band that could just and like they're really good. And the bass player is really, really good. And they're like, I think Muse's problem is they're sort of, they can do too many things. So I think sometimes people don't, it's not obvious how good they are at what they do. But I will say I'm not a huge fan of the vocal stylings of Muse. Not that I think he's a bad singer, but just sort of the way
like
he
stretched out.
Just yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like some of their arrangements and stuff are really, really good. And it's not like somebody else doing this for them in the background,
Mm-hmm.
But that is not what I expected.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to bring some heavier heat next time, because I honestly expected you to be like, oh, they're not the same at all, and here's why, blah blah blah. But you're like, no, I understand.
No, I mean there's a very distinct difference, but I also don't know enough about Imagine Dragons as people to know whether or not they might just be like, a lot of people don't know how badass John Mayer is, because they just know like Your Body's a Wonderland and like Daughters, and they don't know that he's like a really, really amazing guitar player. And knows his shit and like knows his guitar roots and like where he comes from and what he's doing. And so I'm not quick to judge an artist like Imagine Dragons because I don't
Gotcha.
know their backstory. But when I just hear what they do, I'm like, yeah, this is music for my 9-year-old. And he loves it. And it's fine. It doesn't make it bad or whatever. But
Songs get me hyped, get me excited. But the Muse song, I have to wait like 3 minutes to get hyped because it's like a score.
yeah, Hysteria.
It gets there. It'll get there.
Go listen to Hysteria. That should get you going right away. And the bass line is just awesome.
All right.
Write it down. Write it down. For real. Hey, Dale Siri, make sure he listens to Hysteria.
Siri, delete episode 61. What is this? Delete the evidence. No, I'll check that out. I think I've listened to it because I went through a Muse phase. You know, I had a lot of their songs in my Spotify. Now it's Imagine Dragons because my attention span is much shorter.
I mean, they
Awesome.
definitely have a
Brain
sound.
cells.
They have a sound. They write really catchy songs, and I would do that if I could do that. It's out of my wheelhouse.
Did you get a chance? Because we're reaching the end. Did you get a chance to see Captain Marvel yet?
I have not. I have legitimately not had a chance to see it. Been really busy and not had an opportunity to go see it. And like I've talked about, they seem to bore me with quality movies. So I've heard this movie's, the only things I've heard is that this movie's really good. I've not seen it though.
It's very, very average. Slightly above average, maybe. It does all the things.
It's like
it
it's so
needs
good
to
it's
do.
boring. Like it's so.
It's the Rogue One of the fucking Marvel universe.
Oh.
Which to some people say, oh, so it's really fucking awesome. Or if you're like me, you say, why does this exist?
Oh, right. Because they need another movie to tie into the movie.
Yeah. Like it just, they did all the things they needed to do. They hit all their beats. They're setting up some stuff over here. And it felt like the pacing just fucking killed me. Because it felt like an act one that never really got going. And then I was like, oh, we're almost done.
Oh, like yeah. See, that bothers me in a movie.
Yeah.
Like when I saw Fellowship of the Ring and I didn't know it was a trilogy. And they get to the end and I just feel violated. I'm like, oh, they're all hilarious. Split up and then poor hobbits and they cut his head off and Boromir's dead. And I'm like, but they're gonna get him in the end. And I'm like, oh, this is 3 fucking movies.
Uncle Freddy's dead.
Right.
Apparently there's a lot of hubbub, Captain Marvel, because Brie Larson's the actress and she political stuff about like why we got so many white men doing this stuff, and I don't know or really care. As an actress, she was fine. As a movie, it was okay. I will never watch it again. I have no need to or desire to do that. Somebody mentioned the other day though, they did the big-breasted chick from Community who's also in Glow on Netflix. I can't think of her fucking name, but her as this character.
That was great for the female demographic, by the way. The way you describe the actor.
Well, I couldn't just say the woman from Community because there's several, but the one with the melon heavies.
Jesus Christ! Okay,
no, she was. She would have done a better job, I think, because it's kind of a smart alecky character, and she did an okay job. But I think there's probably some other actors that could have brought it a little bit better. Oh, but overall. And it's making so much money, so it's doing something right. So good for them. And Endgame is right around the corner, and we get to see what happened to all our friends.
Yeah,
that snapped.
I'm interested in that for sure.
Yeah, that'll be good. So all right, let's plug it up so I can go watch Aladdin and get yelled at by the ladies.
Arabian I can't sing that song. I don't remember how it goes. I don't have any plugs right now. Dad Bod is
on hiatus, huh?
Nah. we're trying to get a rehearsal scheduled in here, but we've got some family things going on in Dad Bod, and I think we're just kind of chilling for a minute here
Yeah. In the cooler.
in the cooler.
Just follow me on the gram at Dale Sawada. Just posted some pics from the gun range. Shot my new gun that I was talking about last week. Shot it. It's so good. It feels so good in my hands. Just lighting up the targets. Having a good old time. And some rat pictures and all that stuff. So that's where you can find me.
Come for the gun pics, stay for the rat pics.
They'll get you. They're like, oh, they are cute. Who knew? So this was episode 63. Thank you for listening. I'm a critter.
I'm Will Smith as a genie.